Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Belle Woods with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. As everyone returns to Washington after the summer, eyes turn to the President to see when he will announce the expected administrative reforms, given continued congressional inaction on immigration. Here to discuss what AILA has called for in terms of executive action is Crystal Williams, Executive Director of AILA. Crystal, thanks for joining me. Let's start with what AILA has recommended the administration do.
Well, first of all, Congress should act. Congress should have acted. Congress still needs to act. But unfortunately, Congress has proven that, at least for now, it cannot act. And so at this point, the administration has to do something. The administration can and should be more focused in enforcement. There is no need to be removing people who have lived here for 10 years, who have never violated the law other than the immigration law. So they need to focus more on the true criminals, on those who are a danger to society, and focus their enforcement a little bit better. They also need to stop targeting people for prosecution who have only immigration violations. They are essentially creating criminals out of civil law violators. There is no need to continue to do that. Finally, among many other things, the enforcement officers, particularly CBP, need to be more accountable and more transparent. Steps have been made in that direction, but there's a long way to go.
Thanks, Crystal. So that's on enforcement. What about the affirmative side of things?
Well, we started putting together a list of what the government ought to do, not just the White House, but the various agencies in the executive branch. There is so much they can do. In the end, we can't ask them for everything. So we've been spending a lot of time talking, taking temperatures, finding out what's doable, what isn't. We submitted a letter to Cecilia Menez in the White House with about a dozen items that we think that the administration can do now. For example, they can expand deferred action. Right now, it's just the DACA recipients, the childhood arrivals. That can be expanded to cover parents of U.S. citizens, to cover parents of people who are eligible for DACA, to cover people who have been in the United States for a long time and not violated the criminal laws while here. We can expand parole in place. Right now, it's available to military family members. It can be expanded to include a lot of other people as well. Another one, for you immigration lawyers out there, take a look at Section 203D of the Immigration and Nationality Act, counting derivatives. The law was changed in 1990 such that the statute no longer required the government to include derivatives in the count for the permanent immigration quotas, employment-based and family-based. It's time for the government to notice that 1990 law change and to stop counting derivatives. And that's an action that they can take that would help with the backlogs of the quotas. Probably not as much as we'd like, certainly not as much as Congress needs to do, but certainly it would be very helpful in the quota backlogs. Other things they can do, really, the definition of extreme hardship for waiver purposes has been extremely restrictive all along, and it doesn't need to be. They can set out some parameters for what is extreme hardship that can be a little more generous, but at the same time would still meet the statutory criteria. And there's a whole slew of other items. Take a look at the letter to Ms. Menez. That covers some of them, and there's a number of others. AILA members have been sending us ideas for months now, and we floated a lot of them. They may not be in that letter, but we've also talked to the various agencies about them. So there's, again, a number of things that the administration can do, both small and large. But let me say, to the administration, you have to go large. You have set up expectations and you have set high expectations, and you need to meet those expectations.
Great. But now for the all-important question. What about timing? When do you think he'll take action?
Well, certainly we have seen a lot of trial balloons in the media recently. Oh, he's not going to act till after the election. Oh, he's going to act as soon as he gets back from Europe. Oh, he's going to wait till after October 1st and the continuing resolution is passed. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't think he knows what he's going to do yet. But the fact is, the expectation is set up. The political price is already paid, if there is a political price. The political advantage is there for the taking. Just do it. Do right. Do the right thing, and do right by the American public and by the immigrants who are depending on you.
Crystal, thanks for joining us. For the rest of you, stay tuned for more updates from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.